Hello everyone and welcome back to the kingdom. I am here with
Gail. Hi everyone. Welcome.
We're here with the lovely Gail. I think I can get used to this. I think I'm going to have you on here quite often.
Well, you know, I'd appreciate that. I'm always happy to be here.
So guys, right, so I heard, right, yesterday was Wear What You Love Day. I don't know if you... Huh? Did you know about it being Wear What You Love Day yesterday?
No, I didn't, but I vaguely recall you mentioning something about it. Like, tell me about it.
Well, I hope I didn't just make it up. You know, I've been living in my own world sometimes.
Of course.
But yeah, so yesterday, Wear What You Love Day, right? So my nieces, they went to school and so there's this thing when you go to school and you don't wear uniform and it's called Wear What You Love Day. But when I was in school, it was called non-uniform.
Oh, crumbs. When I was at school, we used to call it Bunty Day. I'm sure. If I've got that wrong, by the way, viewers, call in and correct me. But anyone over the age of, I'd say 45, I'm sure you called it Bunty Day.
Bunty Day?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, well, it was non-school uniform day for me, and now it's Wear What You Love Day, which I think it should have been that from the beginning.
Makes more sense.
So with that, keeping that in mind, so I wore what I love, and there was these jeans that I had in my wardrobe, and I was so afraid to like wear them.
Oh, no, why?
Can I show you them?
Right,
I'm going to show you guys the jeans that I wore yesterday.
He's going to show us.
That had everybody staring at me, right? They couldn't tell which way I was going. You ready?
Let's have a look at King's Wear What You Like. Wow.
Yeah, they really look. Wait.
Okay.
Don't judge me. Give me a sec.
Okay,
nice.
let's have a look. Let's lift this up.
It's like curtains.
Like, what do you think, viewers? Black and blue, blue and black, left to right, right and
They're
left.
not bad. Look,
Actually, I think they're quite funky.
Yeah, funky. That's not the look I was going for.
Well, that's such an old word. Like in my day, funky was all right. You know, no, I think they're
funky's good. Funky's that quirky. And you know, it's fashionable.
So that was what you would have worn for your Wear What You Like.
No, that is what I wore yesterday in honor of Wear What You Love Day.
Right,
and I had everybody staring.
Right, so King, what's on our show today? What's coming up?
So coming up, guys, we are going to be discussing with you guys ways how we can get parents and kids to communicate and keep that open communication whilst your child grows up, and we're also just going to be giving you guys good vibes and motivational conversations.
Okay, and what's our phone in today?
I phoned in today. Gail is going to be doing Guided by Gail, and we're going to have a topic. Do you want to tell them the topic?
Yeah, so today our topic content is about how to deal with betrayal by a best friend. How do we deal with betrayal from somebody? And I say specifically a best friend because you can be betrayed by a partner, your parents, but I think it's quite an interesting thing when somebody who you hold quite dear as your BFF betrays you. What do you do about it? Do you forgive them straight away? Do you discuss it? Do you confront them? I don't know. I want to hear from you guys. So, you know, when the lines are open, call in and let's discuss.
I was going to ask you a question, if I may. Right? Tell me a nickname you never liked but accepted anyway.
What, when I was a kid? Yeah. Oh my God.
Since we're talking about betrayal, because sometimes you get a nickname that sticks and you don't want.
Okay, my nickname, I had quite a few which I didn't like actually, but I think the one that grates with me the most was Goofy. And it was because you can probably see my teeth are quite goofy. And I had an overbite and I had a brace. I wore braces, not the cool braces what you kids wear now that are pink and yellow and green and diamante. No, ours were awful braces. I'd done so many things with those braces. I buried them, I threw them down the toilet, and my dad just kept sending me back to the dentist to get a new pair. But yeah, Goofy. I didn't like that, but as I got older, I guess I kind of grew into it because, you know, facts are facts, my teeth are goofy, and then Goofy became quite cute.
I mean, they don't look goofy from where I'm sitting.
Oh, you flatter me, King.
So guys, the topic to call is how to keep the communication channels open with your children and betrayal.
Yeah, so that's two topics. We'll start with the first one, which correlates with...
how to keep communication open, because, you know, summer is steady approaching, guys, and isn't it? And that means kids are growing up in school, kids that are in year 11 are moving on, they're doing their
exams.
Also
kids are getting ready to go to university.
And college, you know what I mean?
So yeah.
I think it's important because sometimes some parents, especially like for the kids that are going to university, they've already kind of like been given their wings to fly now. But the kids that are going from year 11 to college, to their parents, they might seem like little babies. Do you remember when your kids were going off to secondary school?
I think, for me, I think the university thing is the biggest hurdle.
Yeah.
Because when they're going, you know, you're going from year 10 or whatever it is, you're going to sixth form, you're going to college, you're kind of in that in-between stage. You're still a kid, but you're growing up. But when you're going off to uni, you're becoming independent. Especially if you're living out, like if you're going to uni and you're going off somewhere and you're gonna, you know, live in digs and you've got to juggle your finances yourself and things like that. I think that's when, as a parent, you feel that your child is actually leaving the nest. Yeah. When they go into college, they're still coming home, you're still doing their washing, you're still cooking for them. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I think for me personally, I remember going to college was a scary feeling. Going to sixth form, but going to university was more of an exciting feeling. Yeah. I was excited to become independent, but the reason why I say this is because when you're in secondary school, some parents still pick up their kids and drop them off to school, even if they are 15, 16. Yeah. Some parents don't. Do you know what I mean? But then it's like when you get to college, you don't want your parents to drop you to school no more.
Of course,
you don't want your dad to come and pick you up, right? Yeah. So it's like that's what I want to have the conversation about: is how does a parent navigate? Oh, my child, they're not gone into independent yet, but now when you go to college, your kid's gonna start thinking and acting as if like I'm independent now.
Of course.
National insurance number.
Yeah.
So how do we keep the conversation going between parents?
Well, let's hear from the viewers. Let's see what they say. I mean, that will be interesting.
Is there any
advice? Give us a call.
Is there any advice that you could possibly, like any advice you could give on how to keep communication open?
I would save it for the phone in. Are we doing that? Yeah, let's save that for the phone in. I want to hear from our viewers, so if you want to know, then give us a call. The number is on the screen.
So guys, we got a message from Sue from London, and she basically was speaking to us in regards to a question that she had, and she said she has fear. I have fear that my child is going to stop relying on my knowledge and understanding once they go off to college. How can I stay close enough with my child over the years as they grow older, close enough to still know everything about their lives without being intrusive?
Okay, so
I think it starts from, you know, kids might find it difficult to open up to their parents. I think maybe if the parent opens up to the kid as well, because I think, for me anyways, you might correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there comes to a point in our lives where the parent stops teaching the kid and the kid starts teaching the parent.
I don't know. I think I would take this from a different angle. What is the lady asking? She's
basically asking how can she basically, as the kid is growing up, how can she still be involved in like knowing what her kid gets up to and keeping that communication without being intrusive.
Right. So that for me in there is the key word is intrusive, because there is something that we have to do, that what I think people have to do as parents is we have to respect the fact that, for one, we were once their age and we had our own parents, and you know, how much did we listen to them and how much did we take them on board and etc., and how much did we want them to be that involved in our lives, you know? So knowing that experience as a parent yourself, I think you have to have the wisdom and the knowledge to have boundaries. Allow your child to go off and allow them to make mistakes, allow them to make decisions, you know, unless it's life-threatening. Allow them to go through it. Allow them to, you know, they're going to get their heart broken. They're going to get into certain difficulties. What they need to know is that you are always going to be there for them. So when they want to come and talk to you and they want to approach you and they need your advice, that they can. Because you have to bear in mind that my dad used to say to me, you know, I wasn't born big. And I used to laugh when he said that, but he was right. Everything I did as a teenager, he had done and probably done a lot worse. But he understood and he allowed me to make certain mistakes, and his door was always open. I could always approach my dad and talk to him about absolutely anything. So I think if you are getting too involved in your child's life and you're dictating to them, you're going to push them away. They're not going to come to you because they're going to think, oh no, mum or dad's just going to be mad at me, or mum and dad's just going to be like this. They're not going to understand. And again, you know, let's be honest, sometimes you don't understand, because a lot of parents, they forget what it was like to be 19.
Do they?
Or yes, they do.
Like sometimes kids forget that our parents also, that it's their first time living life also.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about getting that healthy balance. And so, and it is a matter of respect. Sometimes a child doesn't want to come and confide in their parents. They want to go and confide in their best friend, because that's their demographic, that's their age group, that's, you know, their friend and them might be going through something similar. When they want that old wise head, they'll go to their parent. So as a parent, I think you have to learn restraint. You have to learn decorum and respect for your child. You know, if your child is not willing to come and discuss certain things with you, you don't go and start looking in their diary and looking through their phone, and that is intrusive.
That's my worst.
Yeah, that's intrusive, and that's not respectful. And like I say, I think personally, you'd probably push your child away from you, because you lose trust. Yeah. And if your child cannot trust you, then they're not going to confide in you. You know, so, and if you do it like that, I believe that those channels of communication remain open, because a child respects the fact that they know that you respect them, and they know that you value that they're growing up and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to do stuff. So they think, do you know what? I've spoken to my best friend, I've spoken to King, and he's not really hit on the head. I'm going to go speak to mum about it now. And I can go and speak to mum about it now, because mum hasn't gone through my phone, and she hasn't gone through my diary, and she's not being a dictator and standing in judgment. Because remember, our children, and as you get older and you have children of your own, our children, they don't belong to us. We don't own them.
And kids are not for now, they're for the future.
Yeah, this is a bit of advice. We don't own our children. Our children are gifts. And everybody is here for a purpose and has their own journey. And the only parent that we really need to answer to is God our Father in heaven. Can I just
interject there? You know, you said obviously we don't own our kids. But then it's like also, I think for kids as well, it's important to remember, because we expect a lot from our parents.
Oh yeah,
we expect them to be there. We expect them to give us this and provide for us. So it's like, I guess it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, we are supposed to provide. Don't get it twisted. We have a duty. We have a vocation as a parent. Being a parent, it's a vocation, and it's a love, and it's something that you do because you wish to do it, and you do have certain things that you need to do for your children. You do need to provide. You do need to make sure you guide them. You do need to give them, you know, when a child is a baby, when a child is small, you're not going to tell them if they put they're going to put their hand on a radiator or something, you're going to say to them, don't do that. You tell them 3 times. After the 3rd time, if they then go and do it, they get burnt and they learn. Yeah. You don't want them to learn. Yeah. You want them to listen to your advice. Yeah. But I think in the essence and the context of what we were speaking about, when we get older, when children are in that awkward stage, I call it, you know, they're transforming from a child into a young adult. That's probably one of the most scariest times of life. Yeah, it's transforming into that, because you don't really know who you are, and you do need lots of different guidance and lots of different advice. But the most important thing is to be able to rely on yourself and trust your own instincts. And even if you get it wrong, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. Well, no one's perfect.
Speaking on trusting your own instincts, I was figuring out, I wanted to go watch some films, you know, this week. I think, do you know, have you watched any films recently?
Wow. No, I haven't actually. I think.
Have you seen any that's advertising? No? Well, I've got a list just in case you want to, you know, make note. Yeah, so guys, what is in cinema this week is Migration. There's also Bob Marley, One Love. I think we should go ahead and check that out actually, because I saw the trailer for that and I must say.
I've watched quite a few documentaries on Bob Marley.
I think this one's a film. This one's a film. But Pepper's Cinema Party, I think my niece is going to love that.
Do you know Peppa Pig? Oh yeah, I know Peppa Pig.
Okay, yeah. Kids love Peppa Pig. And the Iron Claw. But yeah, what's your favourite genre of film?
Oh, crumbs. My favourite genre of film, I don't really know. I'm quite an eclectic person. So
we've got a caller waiting, guided by Gail. You take it.
Okay.
Let us know what your favourite genre is in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hello, caller.
Hello, caller.
All right, guys. Yeah, he's hanging on. The caller's no longer there.
Sorry, caller.
Do feel free to call back, or please do leave a comment if you've got any questions. We will definitely respond back on the show. I think that's all right. Sorry, 1 second, guys. It's fine. Just pull it. Keep it.
No, the thing's come off.
Oh, it's fine. All good?
No, not. That's all right.
You can just leave it out. It's fine.
Yeah, you tell me.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So, I want you to solve this riddle for me.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Go on.
So, I have my mother's rage and my father's ability to walk away. So I want you to translate how you perceive what it means, or what do you think they mean when they say this? Because I want to see how people receive things, and how, you know, like Chinese whispers. Yeah. How people perceive things and how people like translate it, and what, you know, what they take of it. So yeah. So guys at home, make sure you guys try translate what you think this means when I say I have my mother's rage and my father's ability to walk away.
Okay, so
what is the person saying?
In a nutshell, I would basically say that this person is saying that they have the they might have the, like, basically, hold on, let me find the right
hard one, isn't it?
Right. So they could be quite like just in a way reactive, you know. Oh, like something happens, they can get enraged about it, they can be angry about it, and they might be impetuous and act on it instantly. However, knowledge will sink in, and you can be enraged and you can be angry, but you have to think about those consequences. What is that going to entail? So if you then have the ability, which you get from your father, to walk away, personally I would say be angry but walk away, because to act on impulse through anger often results in some pretty dire consequences, and it's not a good look. You know, you need to have self-discipline. I'll give an example.
All right, we've got a call on the line, so we'll be right back at that point, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I translate this message is. So let's talk to the caller for now. Hi, caller.
I can't hear it. I can't hear the caller. You have to tell me. I can't hear.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Hi, do we have a caller? Hello? All right, moving on. So basically what I take as the riddle is I have my mother's rage and my father's ability to walk away. So obviously people might translate that into like, I'm an angry person. The girl was saying she's an angry person.
I'm not an angry person.
I have my mother's rage and my father's ability to walk away. So the girl who's obviously made this comment, she's basically saying that what people would commonly think she's trying to say is that she's an angry person, but she has her father's ability to walk away and leave, I don't know, like things behind, leave her family behind. But what I would translate it to is basically she has her mother's rage, so that means maybe she has her mother's passion and drive to complete something, or accomplish something, or stand up for herself, or walk into a room and have confidence and own it. And she has her father's ability to walk away, which means walking away from something that potentially doesn't serve her. And the reason why I kind of mention this riddle is because you know how no problem, we've got a caller on the line. Just give me a second, I'm going to finish my point. So you know how there's like words, and sometimes they can be taken into negative connotation. The point for that was to show that not everything that's presented to you and delivered to you is something that's negative.
That's technical.
There's always good at the end of there's always good when it comes to what you're receiving.
100%.
All right, so let's take a call. Hello.
100%.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, we are very happy about your program. What you are discussing about.
So, can you repeat that? Sorry.
We are happy with your program.
So do you have any questions to do with how to communicate with your kids as they grow up?
Yeah, we are very happy about what you're saying, but I want you to know just what is the title of the program.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, today's title is how to communicate with your family, with your parents, and to successfully find solutions.
So guys, if you guys want to create a community and have this conversation, you guys can have it down below in our comment section and help each other and have the conversation amongst yourselves. Okay guys, so when someone, quote of the day is, when someone helps you and they are struggling as well, that's not help, that's love. Do you agree?
Oh, that is so sweet. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we all...
But how can you tell if somebody else that's helping you is struggling? Because my mum always taught me, when I was a kid, she said, stop asking your uncle for money for sweets because you don't know his pocket. And growing up, I always remembered, like, you don't know somebody's pocket. So how can you tell if, you know, somebody is also struggling but they're helping you as well?
Well, I would look at it like, first and foremost, many times you don't know someone's struggling. I mean, a lot of the time, people will not know if I'm struggling because I would be on it. I would be happy, smiling. I can wear a mask. But what I would say, like, say like in a working environment, for instance, and say that you have a colleague and they are the one that comes in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Do you want a coffee? Da, da, da. They're always happy and, you know, they're sparky. If they come in one day and they seem very subdued and they're not their normal self, but yet they're still handing you that spanner and that, I will think to myself, there's something wrong with Mike today. He still handed me the spanner, but he's not, Gail, da, da, da. Do you know what I mean? So I would think maybe there's a problem.
I think personally as well,
it's a lot of body language. It's how you perceive someone.
I think personally for me as well, it's like remembering as well, we don't count favors. Like me and you, if we help one each other, we don't count favors. And also, you have to pay attention to the people that you are called to. Focus on the people that are in your life that love you for you now and like you for you now, and be easy and let go of things, friendships and things that didn't serve you. You know what I'm trying to say? Because sometimes with miracles comes letting go. And before we go, guys, we're going to be leaving shortly. I just want to shout out the Baddies podcast. It's a podcast that Gail is a production manager on, and I also help create the show, and I'm also a host on the show.
And one last thing before we go, if we have time, I just want to leave you with a word for the week. So I'm a bit of a word buff, I have to say. I'm a Scrabble queen, etc. And I really like words.
I've got a minute, so give it to you.
Minute. So I just want to say to all of you guys out there, you are a masterpiece, okay? You are an individual, you are beautifully created, and the word of the week is poema.
Poema?
Poema. It's a Greek word. It's from Greek mythology, and it means masterpiece.
Nice.
So that's what we are. So everybody, enjoy your week.
Let's tell the viewers masterpiece. Masterpiece.
Poema.
And tell me I'm a masterpiece.
You are a poema.
And you are a poema.
Thank you. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you guys. I've been King Galore.
This has been Gail. And this is The Kingdom
is Coming.
See you next week. And that's a wrap.